Here are 5 crucial questions you need to know before you make that offer. So you found the property of your dreams, and now you ask yourself, am I making the right decision? Well, here are some tips on how not to buy the wrong house. So why is the seller selling? This is a question that we hear over and over and over again at open houses, and quite honestly, it drives most of us realtors bananas, but it's actually a very good question to ask. This question will give you insight on whether the seller needs more time to have a rent back. It will help you strategically come up with an offer that makes more sense. Sometimes the seller wants a quick sale, and so at that point you may want to talk to your lender to say, how quickly can we get this done? Sometimes the seller doesn't want to disclose why they're selling, and so with that you may want to do your own research and try to find points of connection to connect with the seller, because at the end of the day it's all about human connection and wanting the seller to really work with you as a buyer. So the next very important question to ask is, how much activity is this property getting? If there's no activity, that gives you a chance to maybe offer the list price or perhaps a little less and just kind of test out what the seller is feeling. If there are 25, 30 disclosure packages out, that's a sign to you that there are 25 or 30 other interested parties who also find this property very appealing. So with that, that will give you a sense of competition and help you make the best decision you can in the price you're willing to offer. Another really important question to ask is there anything to note in the disclosure package? The disclosure package basically breaks down all the information the seller wants the buyers to know. There are inspection reports, there is the 3R report in San Francisco, which is basically the birth certificate of the property. There are a host of all kinds of important information that you need to know as a buyer, which is why reading the whole disclosure package is very important. But to quickly get an answer, it's not a bad question to ask. Is there anything to note in the disclosure package? Another very important question to ask is, what is included in the HOAs? If you are actually buying a condo or a tenancy in common, you will have monthly HOA dues. These HOAs often will cover things like garbage, water, shared electricity, shared building maintenance, exterior building maintenance, etc. But every HOA is very different, so it's very important to know where your dollars are going every month as you embark on purchasing a condo. Another very important question to ask is, what is included in the sale of the property? Some people really feel connected to light fixtures, and one situation I was in as a brand new agent was the light fixtures were not included, and that made my client very, very sad. She had an affinity to beautiful, extremely expensive chandeliers, and so did the seller. So find out what's included. It's often appliances, light fixtures, anything that's fixed in the property is generally included, but you definitely want to make sure before you make that offer. Thank you so much for joining me at Fridays at Bernie's, my favorite coffee shop here in San Francisco. I'll see you next Friday.